Let's make a low-carb shepherd's pie, but without cauliflower mash on top because I'm a little sick of cauliflower and I think we can find something better. Start with the bottom layer, which is the meat layer. Saute chopped carrot, celery, and onion in some butter in a large skillet. If you don't want to add carrot because the keto police told you not to, that's fine. It'll save you on some carbs, but it might darken your soul because carrots add some color to your life and flavor to this dish. Then 4 cloves of minced garlic, and for some color, green beans, and you can use canned or frozen or fresh. For more flavor, add a half a teaspoon of dried rosemary and a half a teaspoon of dried thyme, and then it's time to mix it all together. I'm adding in about 1.5 pounds of ground beef, which technically makes this a cottage pie, but you could use ground lamb or shredded beef or chuck roast, leftover chuck roast. Sometimes I do that with those pre-made pot roasts that you can get at Costco, and they're in the refrigerated section. They're already cooked, makes it real easy. You just throw the leftovers right in to make this. Then to round out the flavors, add in a 1/3 cup of tomato paste and a few tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Once that's incorporated, pour in 3/4 cup of beef broth and then let that cook until the mixture is thickened. We don't want it to be too soupy, but we do want some of that moisture from the beef broth and the flavor. Then stir in a 1/2 cup of chopped parsley. Before I show you what I'm using to replace the mashed potatoes in this recipe, it's hydration time with our sponsor, Element Electrolytes. One symptom of low electrolytes is leg cramps, and that can be caused by low potassium or magnesium. If you're on keto, you really can't have these 2 foods. Banana and a potato. I know this doesn't really look like a banana, it's seen better days, but it is. These are both high in potassium to help you replenish, but they have too many carbs. Instead, just drink a packet of Element Electrolytes. Element has a science-backed formula of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. It also only has 1 or 2 carbs per serving. Besides potassium, it's going to give you sodium and magnesium, 2 other very important essential electrolytes. It also comes in different flavors like orange, raspberry, watermelon, chocolate. Plus, right now, Element is offering my viewers a free sample pack with any order. You can try 8 of their flavors free with any Element order. All you have to do is just go to drinkelement.com/KetoFocus to get yours. To make our dish low carb, you could top your shepherd's pie with mashed cauliflower, but cauliflower can't always be the hero. Sometimes I like to root for the underdog, like a turnip. I think it makes a better replacement for mashed potatoes in my opinion. The key is to selecting smaller ones so that they aren't so bitter. Then you're gonna peel them like you would a potato and then cut them up into smaller cubes. Slide these into a pot. Another great way to get the bitter flavor out of turnips is to boil them along with a half of a potato. I'm not sure what the voodoo science is behind this, but I think it's osmosis from those bitter compounds diffusing into the water, and then the potato maybe sucks them up or just hangs out or is there for moral support. I'm not sure. But the internet told me that it works and I tried it and it does. So we're gonna do it. Boil this with some chicken broth and water, and once they're fork tender, remove the pot from the heat and drain out the water. This potato gets chucked, or you can save it for a potato lover in your life, like your friend or your neighbor. Then you put the pan back on the heat and you're gonna cook off any residual moisture and hopefully any leftover bitter compounds. Pour the cooked turnips into a blender and add in some butter, heavy cream, salt, and pepper, and then blend this until it's smooth. This looks just like mashed potatoes. But let's not stop there. Let's add in a secret sauce, which really isn't a sauce, it's just shredded cheese. This is what makes my boys go back for seconds with this meal. And a little salt to taste, don't forget that. To assemble, pour the beef mixture in first, and once that is evenly spread, add big dollops of the mashed turnip and spread that all around. Place this in a 375-degree oven, and if the mixture is at the top edges of the casserole dish, just put a baking sheet underneath while it bakes so it doesn't spill out and mess up your oven. Because if you're like me, you avoid cleaning your oven at all costs. Bake for 30 to 45 minutes or until it starts to brown on top, and then serve it to your family. If you're absolutely repulsed that I used a turnip to replace potatoes and you want to know what some other options are, I do have some for you, and there's even one that's close to 0 carbs. In this video right here, watch it to see what I've used.